It's a lifestyle for the rough and rugged kind. The tougher the game, the longer the pain, the better the ride. We do what we can to stay ahead, cause the modern world wants us left for dead. You better believe as long as we breathe, the sun's gonna rise. We dig real deep, try a little harder, buckle down tight, go a little farther so we can look back and be proud of what we've done. Sometimes we gotta work under the gun, don't sweat the battle, make sure the war's won. Keep on keeping on, cause the bottom line, it's a labor of love we call the grind.
The Grind Waterfowl TV is brought to you by Canadian Waterfowl Supplies, Dakota Decoy, premium gunning decoys for demanding hunters, Lucky Duck premium decoys, masters of deception, Heavy Shot, I didn't come this far to miss, Wild Ear, custom fit hearing protection and enhancement, Delta Waterfowl, the Duck Hunters Organization, Pro Drive Shallow Water Outboards, Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors, Sitka Gear, turning clothing into gear, and these fine sponsors.
We are here, we're on day 3, Front Range of Colorado. We've done a little bit of everything so far. Today we're trying a little new twist. We're hunting a frozen lake, and then we'll probably hit a feed field tonight. So day 3 Colorado, stay with us. Go. Good shot, guys. Get him! We're winding up day 3 morning here, but it turned into a heck of a little hunt. We're gonna grab some lunch, try a little field set for tonight, see if we can't finish up for the day. JD and Luke, they've been running a mix of painted lessers and fully flocked lessers. If you've watched the way we've handled these when we've been here with Last Pass Outfitters, they just throw these things in and out of a trailer. A lot of guys get really nervous when their fully flocked decoy immediately shows a scratch or a little wear mark. These decoys have been going in and out of a trailer without bags, just getting thrown. And what you can see happens is you just get a nice even wear around the flocking. And real honestly, it looks more realistic than when they're first freshly painted. They look awesome out of the box, but I mean, don't be afraid to let them get some wear marks on them. It's just going to enhance the decoy a little bit. I mean, you can see this is the way they handle their decoys. They throw them, kick them, pick them up and use them the next day. Some of these decoys are 3 years old. And honestly, let them wear. They just look better. Get him. Get him off the back, get him off the back. Get him! Get him! Well, good things come to those who wait. We finished up day 3 here, the Front Range in Colorado with Luke and JD and Last Pass Outfitters. We did an ice shoot this morning. I think we shot 10 or 11 birds or something like that. So we came out here this afternoon, set back up. Patient, we were patient, and here came the birds. And it's just one of those crazy things. They hadn't been feeding hard. We weren't sure if they'd hit the cornfield or not because they've been hitting dirt fields just because they aren't needing the carbs. So we were real patient. The boys got us on the birds, and Mike and I are gonna pack things up. Mike's headed back to Kansas, I'm headed back to South Dakota, and our next stop probably is chasing the white devil. We'll start chasing snow geese real hard here. So once again, we had a great shoot here with Luke and JD. They do this for us every January. Colorado Front Range is a great place to come late in the year. I mean, when most people aren't hunting, these guys out here are slamming Canadas. So give them a call. Super guys and great hunting.
Welcome to Delta Waterfowl's Conservation Corner.
I'm Joel Bryce, Vice President of Waterfowl and Hunter Recruitment Programs for Delta Waterfowl. This season on the Grind Waterfowl TV, we're highlighting the work Delta Waterfowl is conducting on behalf of the ducks and duck hunters in North America. Delta Waterfowl has been researching targeted duck production, what we call predator management, since 1994. 2015 marks the 22nd consecutive year that we've been researching this duck production tool, and by the end of this year, we'll have delivered predator management research in all 5 major breeding ground jurisdictions: Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and North and South Dakota. So anybody can take a trip here to the prairie breeding grounds, and they can easily witness firsthand the challenges facing ducks today. Prior to human settlement, what was once endless seas of grass and water has now been replaced by an ag-dominated landscape. We know that the amount of water on a landscape determines how many ducks can settle in a particular area of the breeding grounds, but we also know that it's the amount of grass that's left on the landscape that determines how successful they are at hatching a nest. The predator community has also tremendously changed from what it was years and years ago. Different types of predators are here. Raccoons, skunks, all exist at numbers that they previously did not. The biggest result of that change, or the decline in grassland nesting habitat and the change in the predator community, is that duck hatching rates have significantly declined over vast regions of the breeding grounds. Nest success is the single greatest factor limiting duck population growth. Predator management is one of the most cost-effective methods that we know of to increase nest success. What Delta Waterfowl does is we hire professional trappers to go into targeted landscapes, areas that have lots and lots of water and very little nesting cover. And they go in for a 4-month period and lower the predator population, or restore the balance, as I like to say. And what happens time and time again is that hatch rates increase. And one of the beautiful things of predator management is it increases duck production in a working farm landscape. One of the benefits of conducting the research we have on predator management is we know the impacts that trapping has on nest success. In North Dakota, where we have the longest history of success, we know that trappers increase hatch rates 2 to 3-fold. In Prairie, Canada, where the natural nesting rates or reproductive rates are much lower, trappers can have a much greater impact, oftentimes having over 5 times the increase in hatch rates. Delta Waterfowl has a plan to aggressively grow the impact of predator management over the coming years. Through targeted application of trapping, we know we're producing the most cost-effective duck possible. Delta Waterfowl is the duck hunters organization. One of the highest priorities at Delta Waterfowl is to deliver more ducks. And predator management is one of the most cost-effective tools that delivers more ducks to the fall flight.
We're back in North Dakota, and we are chasing the white devil with another guy that's addicted to him about as bad as me, Rick Darling, his son Blake. And we found some birds here, a lot of adults, looks like mostly adults. We're how far are we from the 60 miles. It's like April 9th or 10th, something like that. The days are all running together, but we found some geese. Most of the juvenile geese are still a little south of here, but we got some warm weather coming, so we're hoping we get a little pushover. But we found a pretty good group of adults here, and they've been pretty comfortable for a few days down here, so we're gonna put them to bed here, make sure they don't field hop on us, and then we're gonna come in here in the morning and try and ruin their day. But I've got a hunch that it could go the other way. They've got a way of ruining my day, but we're gonna give it a go. Just seeing these white devils gives you some hope. So what we're doing right now is we're putting out about 700 full bodies. We're going to run a real loose spread this morning, just try and mimic what we saw last night. They were spread out all over this field, so we're going to see if we can't move these little devils into coming into some full bodies this morning, but we'll see what happens. A bunch of snows right here, right in front. Come on. Come on. Pump. Just sauce. Get ready. Get him, get him, get him. Just right, I mean, they were just there. Well, go get the trailer, Mike. We're done. If we get 2 or 3 in the hole, we're hitting them. Get ready. Straight right. See them, Jason? What do you think, Rick? Try them, boys. Boom. We rained quite a few out of there, didn't we? Man, if there wasn't any frost. Kill those 2. Look out. How'd you miss the one?
I didn't even shoot at him. I shot at that blue.
Did you? Get him. He's gonna go down. He's not gonna make migration.
They're getting right over the rotaries, aren't they, Mike? They normally get low and get short of the rotaries and rear out of there, but they're getting vertical right over them. Just
Get him, guys. Would you get 1 goose?
Wow, they get here fast. Like,
We're wrapping up our first morning up here with North Country outfitters Rick Darling and Blake Darling, and we found a feed. I don't know, last night there was probably maybe 10,000 geese in here. We were guessing 10,000 geese, all adults, very few juveniles up here yet. They're just south of us. The weather's supposed to get warmer. We got just ahead of them. We're hoping here in the next couple, 3 days we'd start getting a little push of juvies. But we set up on these adults. Actually, we did pretty well. I think we shot maybe 20 geese. We had 2 bunches dump in pretty good. Tough, the frost set in. Of course, it was a northwest wind, so we're staring right into the sun, which we don't like to do. But all in all, we did all right. We picked a few out. We're cold. It's cold up here in North Dakota yet, April 10th. But we're gonna get picked up out of here, let the geese maybe get back in this field, leave them alone, go get some breakfast, warm Mikey's feet up. So I'll go get the truck and we'll get this mess out of here.
Visit our website, www.thegrindwaterfowl.com, where you will find past episodes as well as tips and tactics from the boys here at The Grind. Follow The Grind on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.